Welcome to EPG Pathshala. The subject is Indian culture. Our course is Museology. I am Dr. Indani Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Department of Museology, University of Calcutta. Today's module is Methods of Collection of Museum Object. The learning objectives are modes of acquisition, collection of different types of objects, and collection methods depending on the human resources, time, and the financial resources of the collection. Museum should have a systematic collection policy. Every museum should draw up an active collection program neatly fitting into its collection policy. Museum collection policy depends on funds for better search of objects, field recording, and field documentation. Different types of collecting tools like field notebooks, tags, cards, sketchbook, pen, pencil, etc. are used with different types of specialized methods. The modern high-tech tools like eco-survey, remote sensing, satellite images, etc. are also used in the collection methods. Museums mainly collect for the purpose of increase the number of collection in its custody or to increase the types of collection or to open new branches of knowledge. There are different modes of collection. These are purchase, loan, gift or bequest, expedition, exploration, excavation, fabrication, treasure trove, etc. Purchase. In case of purchase, large museums purchase is done in almost every year. Art Purchase Committee is generally authorized to take decision about purchase. Indian Museum Kolkata or National Museum New Delhi, they purchase large number of objects in every year or in alternate years. In smaller museums, purchase is done in alternate year or when funds are available. In small museums, the director or curator or keeper is authorized to take decision about purchase up to a certain limit. In the field, while it is not possible to take the opinion of the experts, the leader is authorized to take decision about purchase of important items. Loan is another mode of collection in museums. Sometimes museums acquire objects on loan. Museums may give surplus objects of the same type to other organizations as loan. Loan may be short term or long term. Gift or bequest is another way by which museum can collect their object or specimen. Sometimes the entire collection of a museum builds up on gifts or donations. The responsible personnel for collection thoroughly investigates the proposal of donation before accepting the proposal. The object is examined physically and checked with the museum's collecting policy, scope, and ethical issues. A letter of thanks to the donor is also a vital part of formal acceptance of any gift. For example, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya has large number of objects in its collection which is acquired from Ratan Tata bequest. The next method of collection of objects is expedition. There are some steps which should be followed during expedition. First, one had to clearly identify the expedition. Then, prior survey and the study of the area is essential. Analyzing the physical features is also important in this context. Arranging financial resources for completion of the fieldwork is also important. Establishing good rapport with the administration and the local community should be done carefully. Assembling the staff, professionals, technical and skilled labor is also a part of any expedition. And some few more points we have to remember here that during expedition we have to concentrate on assembling equipment, instrument, etc. Arranging proper transport, packing and shipping, and the living arrangement of all the human resources in the field is also an important area. Any expedition should be followed by custom and other regulations. At the conclusion, we should prepare a report of the total expedition. The another method for collection of object is exploration. Exploration is mainly done for collection of anthropological and ethnographical object, geological object or botanical specimens, etc. Before exploration, preparation is very important and essential. Topo sheet study, area map study, geographical positioning system, etc. are followed for geographical and geological collection. Anthropological collection form a vast of many museums in India, and during the collection of anthropological object, a field worker should have a good knowledge of the human sciences. A survey demands several visits. Lots of photographs should be taken from the inside and outside of the dwellings. All types of roofing should be studied and documented properly. Clothing may vary for different occasions and communities to community. So the clothing and their accessories should be collected and related information should be documented during anthropological collection. It is also important to document the intangible parts along with the tangible materials during any anthropological collection. Here are a glimpse of ethnographical collection by exploration which are kept in different museums. Collection of geological specimens. The most practical scientific method of collection of fish is netting. Spear fishing and angling are not considered the serious collecting method. Deep net, that is fine netting suspended on a circular hook which is turned is attached to a long handle is used. Then the net is slowly and gradually moved to the position under the specimen. Then the specimen are collected. And when the net is closed and the fish comes inside the net, it is quickly moved up and out of the water. Insect foam is very beautiful collection in most of the museum. Collection of insects such as bees, wasps, butterflies, dragonflies, moths, etc. may be caught by using nets. Sucking bottle, Barley's funnel, light trap, collecting bottle, forceps, baits, knife, lamps, lances, mounted needles, tweezers, tubes, relaxing bottle, entomological pins, etc. Butterfly net consists of three major parts: the frame or loop, the handle and the net bag. The length of the handle depends on the ability of the user to swing the net around the insect. Sweep net. The collector slowly walks through the field and continuously sweeps side to side with the net. After 10 to 25 sweeps, the specimens are extracted. Mobilized nets are used to collect a large number of insects within a short period. These nets may be mounted on a vehicle and move through the field, and thus the insects are collected. The other nets or bait nets or trays are made from thin canvas or similar cloth cut into a diamond or oval shape. Two rods can be inserted crossways to form a shape similar to a kite. Aspirator or sucking tube is also a valuable equipment which is used for the collection of small and fragile specimens. Barley's funnel helps in the sorting of animals from leaf. Rita-sheep. Many insects are collected by Rita-sheep. These are the drawing of Barley's funnel and bait net or tray. Amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals form a major part of animal kingdom, and for the collection of amphibians we use nets, hand, torchlight, etc. For large reptiles like crocodiles, firearms are used. For turtle, a blow of hammer on the neck is made to break the cervical vertebrae. Birds are collected by using firearms or by using mist net. It is a large nylon net with 4 tires. Large mammals are also collected by nets or by hunting. This is the drawing of mist net. Botanical specimens also form a major part of the natural history section of a museum or in a natural history museum. Here, a basculum is used for keeping the materials collected. A cutter or pruner to cut or prune the twigs into the collecting size is used. Penknife is used for cutting the branches neatly. A pocket lens are indispensable in the field for collection of botanical specimens. Rough and fair book and a pencil for keeping records on spot in the field is necessary. Plant press, old newspaper, blotting or drawing sheet, etc. are very important for the collection of plant materials. A voucher book with proper tag with number for fixing it to the collected material is also used during collection of botanical specimen. Excavation is an important method of collection. Most of the archaeological objects are collected by excavation. Often valuable relics of the past are accidentally found in the course of agricultural work, pipe laying or the building of rocks, etc. Study and protection of site is also very important in archaeological excavation, and it is also important for the survival of our planet. Grid method, successfully used by Sir Mortimer Wheeler, divides the site into miniature squares. The site should be excavated in such a way as to leave the bulk separating the rocks neatly and intact, and the thickness of these virgin blocks depend on the solidity of the soil of the area. After collecting, the in situ preservation and the transportation of the collected specimen to the museum is done with utmost care. Dating of antiquities is the next major step for such excavation. Dating of antiquities may be varied, such as radiocarbon dating, dendrochronology, transluminescence, amino acid dating, magnetic properties, mass spectrometry, atomic absorption spectrometry, etc. are used. Here are some tools, common tools which are in use in an excavation, such as basket, shovel, hammer, etc. Most of the museums of India collected their specimens by different ways, but excavation is the most important mode of collection. Most of the excavation which are done in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, that is the areas where we found the Indus Valley civilization artifacts, is transferred to our National Museum in New Delhi and others in the Lahore Museum in Pakistan. The excavation in Bangalore, in Paharpur in the modern day Rajshahi district of Bangladesh is also a major part of the collection of Ashutosh Museum of Indian Art, Kolkata. Some of this collection are also kept secured in the Indian Museum, Kolkata. But Indian Museum, Kolkata mostly got their collection from the former Aesthetic Society collection. Most of this collection of Aesthetic Society comes from gift or donation, comes by the exploration by the natural history scientists like Blyth or others. Excavation done by Cunningham also enriched the collection of Indian Museum and such others. Next, in case of exploration, we know that it is of utmost importance in this mode of collection, and exploration is mainly done for collecting geological, geological, geographical specimens. Exchange is also other process by which museum acquire some objects or specimen. Sometimes museum acquire excess objects or specimen from the collection of a particular museum by offering excess items in their collection. Articles received in exchanges or purchases or money realized from sale is to be held by the Board of Trustees or the governing bodies of the museum. Fabrication is another method for enriching museum collection. In most of the science museums, especially science centers, grossly depends on fabricating their exhibits to drive on mainly the concept-based exhibition. Treasure Trove Act 1878 helps the museum to enrich their collection. This act deals with treasure in the soil. Any object over 100 years found buried under the soil and exceeding a value of 10 rupees comes under this act. Such objects are usually handed over to the museum authority for care and display. The National Museum have many collection which is mainly collected by this act, and also National Museum New Delhi have large number of objects which are collected by excavation in Indus Valley, and then it is transferred to National Museum. In this module, we find a detailed idea of collection methods of different types of objects in a museum. Excavation and exploration has been used for the collection of archaeological objects. Sometimes loan or exchange method is also used for the collection of archaeological objects. Extensive fieldwork is necessary for anthropological, zoological, botanical and other natural history specimens. For collection of rocks, minerals, etc., field survey is important. Space expedition also help us to collect different types of rocks or minerals from other places. Science and technological museums mainly depend upon fabrication, which is mainly done in their workshop, but they have some original object in their custody also. Museum may also collect object by means of purchase, loan, gift, bequest, treasure trove act, etc. At last, I should conclude with that after the Second World War, with the rapid progress in the science and technology, during the collection of objects, we use high-tech methods and gadgets in an increased way. Aerial photography, remote sensing, GIS, GPS, etc. are mostly used in excavation, exploration, expedition, etc. And this will also help for scientific, systematic and accurate collecting process. This also helps during the documentation of our collection, which will be discussed thoroughly in the next module, and thus the progress of science and technology and application of technology in our collecting process will help us in this collection method of museum objects or specimens very much. Thank you.